Let's just accept the fact that dropshipping has one of the worst reputations for any business venture out there. Now, why do people think this? Things that come to mind are long shipping times, poor product quality, and cheap China white boxes that unfortunately just lead to angry customers and a tarnished seller reputation. But what people don't know is that you can easily avoid all these issues from potentially arising by simply understanding how various fulfillment processes work and what you need to do to qualify for them. What is good? My name is Andy. I'm 23 years old and I've been dropshipping for the past 4 years, and I've transitioned multiple dropshipping stores into brands that have hit the 7-figure mark. And in this video, I'm gonna give you guys the best alternatives to those ugly 30+ day shipping times. So the first thing you need to understand about this unique business model are the main fulfillment methods, along with the costs and benefits of using one over the other. The main methods of fulfillment are the following: Aliexpress dropshipping, working with a private supplier, and lastly, buying in bulk quantities with a legitimate manufacturer. Now make sure to listen carefully because there's a few things that people make small mistakes in that cost them a ton. Now the first form, being Aliexpress dropshipping, is the basis where most people start from the ground up. It is in fact what gives dropshipping the bad reputation it gets. This form of fulfillment is basically where you go onto aliexpress.com and you purchase from the product directly from a random product page, put in the customer's credentials and pay the China pricing, all the while you're charging your customer the retail price. Essentially arbitrage, but providing no upfront value whatsoever. However, I'm gonna tell you why it's not entirely bad to a certain extent. So there is a benefit of using this model, and that is that the barrier to entry for anyone is extremely low, meaning that you don't really need much capital to start with this method. Quite frankly, in some cases, you might not need any investment at all, given you only pay for the product on AliExpress after your customer has already purchased from your website. Now this method is fine, say 3 to 4 weeks in the testing phase of your product, but if you accumulate too many customers, you're at risk of losing your accounts due to a low feedback score and too many chargebacks with your bank. So what I suggest to do is, if you do decide to dropship on AliExpress, that you only use it to test if a product works for the first few weeks. Then once you can consistently sell that product, immediately get ready to transition into the next form of fulfillment of working with a private supplier. Now that leads us on to the very next layer of fulfillment. The next layer above basic AliExpress dropshipping is acquiring your own private agent or a private supplier. It's like having your own virtual assistant for the fulfillment process. So what do? A private agent can source any product that is available on AliExpress and store a certain quantity in their own warehouse, where they will be doing the shipping and handling of your items. So there are perks to having a private agent. One is that you have a much better communication with the person that's running your fulfillment, and it's extremely important if, say, a customer didn't receive the product, or even if you want to make modifications to your products or the packaging it comes in. And if you negotiate well, you can compromise on a unit price that will allow you to scale at volume while still maintaining a healthy profit margin. Also, instead of individually importing tracking codes to your order numbers, you can fully integrate your private supplier with your Shopify store using apps like, I always have a hard time saying this, Diangzhoume. So on a day-to-day basis, this completely automates this side of the business where they log into your app and your orders will populate onto their end. They ship out the products and import those tracking codes, which automatically get synced to your order numbers. The customer will receive the email confirmation that their product has been shipped, and then they can go ahead and track it. Some agents have access to warehouses around the world, so you could potentially cut your shipping time in half if they have those connections to US or European fulfillment centers. It's kind of funny, but I literally remember messaging my agent every day. I'd even ask them if there's anything selling really well for other clients. Remember, they benefit from you selling a lot, so more often than not, they're gonna be inclined to letting you know if they know of any other winning products within your niche or any other niche. Now there are contingencies to acquiring a private agent. If you're not selling a decent amount of products per day or have no seller history, some of these guys won't be willing to work with you, given all the people that they get messages from that are just wasting their time. So once you show proof of order volume, they'll be more motivated to work with you, but until then, it may be a bit harder to find a reliable one. If you're wondering how to get a private agent or a supplier, you can watch this video right here. I go over the entire process step by step. Now onto the final layer of product fulfillment, which is working with a certified manufacturer for your product. This is what nearly all legitimate brands that have a consistent flow of revenue use. It's a necessity with the standard of shipping nowadays being set by Amazon Prime and their notorious same-day and free 2-day shipping. Operating a business at these standards means much faster shipping, generally around 2 to 4 days, depending on where your customer base lies and where your 3PL locations are. A manufacturer can do everything a private agent can do, but instead of talking to your agent that will talk to a manufacturer, rather you're communicating directly with the source. What this means is that you can get reduced product costs, custom packaging, and product modifications since they're the ones that are making the product for you. But let's take a step back and understand what the process looks like from an outsider's perspective. So step 1, you're ordering in bulk direct from the manufacturer of your dedicated product/products. Step 2, you need at least a few weeks for the product and packaging production. Once that's done, your manufacturer is going to give you the option to ship your products to your fulfillment center via sea, which generally takes around a month, and air, which takes around a week. The cost of sea shipping is much cheaper than air for obvious reasons. Step 3 is that the products arrive to your 3PL, your third-party fulfillment center. The 3PL is a separate entity, so you'll have to search for a reliable company in that case. Once that's established, step 4 is automated since your products are stored in the location of your 3PL and shipped to your customers. With all that being said, there are still contingencies for this business model. First off, you must have a previous or current history of selling the manufacturer's product with your agents. And secondly, it requires an upfront capital to comply with the MOQs, minimum order quantities. Now, unlike Aliexpress where you can purchase unit by unit, the manufacturer will send you units in bulk to one location, being your fulfillment center. You'll be ready for this method once you have profited enough from the testing phase and have a proven track record of selling your product. Although the cost of this method might sound high, bear in mind with all these additions comes a higher perceived value, which will overall allow you to increase your price per unit and charge for expedited shipping. This, in my opinion, is the best approach towards the dropshipping method if you're serious about building a long-term and sustainable business. So here's my recommendation. Clearly, not everyone can just jump into a 3PL with no previous track record, so the best approach is to slowly but surely work your way up layer by layer. Test with the dropshipping method. If you start to see success, find a private agent that can source and ship your products with those cut in half shipping times. Then, once you've accumulated enough customers and profits to confidently invest in bulk quantities to further work with the dedicated manufacturer and hopefully a 3PL. If you guys are still confused and have any questions, feel free to drop those questions in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.